Hey there, this is Rob Wells here with you from the law office of Robert M. Wells. Our office helps out landlords and property managers deal with their landlord-tenant situations and problems. In this video, we're going to talk about landlords. Can you issue a 3-day notice to pay rent if your tenant stops paying rent even after you've issued a 60-day notice to terminate tenancy? Before I answer that question though, landlords, property managers, if you're having an issue with your tenant not paying rent, or you have issued a 60-day notice to terminate a tenancy and your tenant stops paying rent, please feel free to reach out to us below. Now let's go to the video. Now, ran into this situation quite a bit, especially since it's like the first of the month, where landlord hasn't been paid rent, but a 60-day notice or some type of 30-day or 90-day notice has been issued and your tenant stops paying rent. That is kind of common because a lot of people have the belief that even though a landlord has gave notice that they want to end the relationship, sometimes the tenants won't pay the rent. I have sometimes too that a landlord hasn't received rent after the 60-day notice has been issued and won't do anything about it. And the answer to this question is, yeah, absolutely. You can issue a 3-day notice to pay rent if your tenant stops paying rent despite you serving a termination notice to end the tenancy. And that's because all the rules and terms of the rental agreement or lease agreement are in effect until the end of the termination notice period. So i.e. the 31st day, the 61st day, the 91st day if you had to send a 90-day notice. With the caveat that if you're not subject to the Tenants Protection Act, the state's Tenants Protection Act, if you're one of those landlords that had to waive the last month's worth of rent, well, can't issue 3-day notice for that month's rent. But if they stop paying immediately after the notice has been issued and rent is due, you can absolutely issue a notice to your tenants to pay the rent or leave. And your mileage may vary if you're in one of these local eviction control areas where you have to do a song and dance, file paperwork with the rent board, etc. I'm not talking to you landlords. You have to follow your own locality special rules and procedures. But in general, yes, you can issue a 3-day notice to pay rent. Tenant fails to pay rent, you can go to eviction court based on non-payment of rent and terminate the tenancy that way. So landlords, property managers, if you're facing this situation where you're not getting rent despite issuing a notice to for your tenants that you're terminating their tenancy and you need help, please feel free to reach out to us below. Until next time, we'll talk to you then. Make it a great day. Thanks.